So Realize is a technology company that was founded 6 years ago, back in Oxford University, where the three founders of the company came together and thought that there was an opportunity to build a new platform that can measure people's emotions via webcam. So we initially had that vision of becoming a Google of emotions, because this subconscious information about how people feel about things wasn't available at that point in time. So today we've grown to an organization of more than 30 people. I mean, the founding team is still based here in London, but actually most of our sort of R&D work and development is done in the Hungarian office, while the most important and fastest growing market for us is in America. So we're a sort of a very global company since day one. So the technology really is a computer vision algorithm-based tracking of how people's facial movements happen and what type of emotional states they reflect that people are feeling. So it is a fully automated, very seamless, scalable system, which is one of the key benefits of that way of collecting feedback from people, because you don't have to answer surveys or use dials or do anything. It's all very seamless for people to give that type of feedback, and it's very rich at the same time as well, because we literally automatically code every single frame of information that we get from people, and then we aggregate across hundreds of people from all the countries very fast as well. So on top of the tracking platform, what we have built is this sort of software tool that allows brands and agencies to test videos. So they literally just upload videos, and they pick in which countries with how many people they want to test to get feedback. And as soon as they click the order button, the feedback starts to flow in. And we get samples of a few hundred in a day or two now, which is, if you compare it to other ways of doing tests or getting feedback from people, is very fast. And that's the other key benefit that we bring to our clients. So until now, our clients have mostly been actually research agencies, because it's been their sort of domain to collect this feedback and work with it. But we're increasingly now working directly with some brands as well, because the other third sort of key benefit that comes from emotion measurement is that it really there's a broad understanding now that a lot of human behavior and decisions are driven by the subconscious emotional level. It's not very rational decision. And so what you can do by collecting this information at scale is start to build this sort of predictive models about how to actually make people change their behavior in terms of buying your stuff or liking your brand and doing things like that. So this is what brands really care about, and we help them achieve those goals directly, to work with metrics that matter, so to say. But finally, I mean, on top of those research agencies and brands that we've always worked with, where we see now almost fastest pickup is media technology companies. So basically, companies who are tapping into this big trend of the key TV advertising money now flowing over to online, where you can really do more targeted and more efficient things. So, for example, recently we just launched with Beyond, which is a division of AOL, their branded entertainment business, a global partnership to help their campaigns to become more meaningful in terms of delivering business results to their clients. And we had the pleasure to present that concept in Cannes, and it had really great feedback especially from brands, because again, it's ultimately about really the business goals that they achieve. So what we're able to do there is to basically take the media metrics to another level, because right now quite often it was almost, if you went out to do a campaign, the outcome of the campaign was almost like the media itself is like how many views you got, what was your reach, but that's not really the metric that matters for brands. Brands want brand uplift and sales and those things, and this can be achieved if you actually really connect emotionally with people, and we've proven it well over now with the thousands of ads that we tested, and especially the few hundred that we've done with Beyond now. So we have pretty high hopes of it really becoming a mainstream tool, because it is easy to use. It's very rich in terms of the insights that it can deliver, and compared to other ways of working with the information, it really stands out pretty strong. So why don't we just kind of take a look right now how this stuff actually works? So as you can see, this tracking works on completely standard webcam on a standard laptop. There's no special software here beyond that, and there's no calibration either. I mean, as you can see, I mean, when there is a face in field of vision, our software immediately recognizes that and picks up the key facial feature points that we track over time. So if people are angry, we have a certain architecture of that, or happy, or surprised. I mean, there's a certain architecture to those emotions that our software is able to pick up, and every single frame we capture is coded with those 6 emotions, which are the basic ones. So these are the ones that we collect for every person that watches the video. So what we do is we really aggregate that across hundreds of people, and because we work with very busy people who don't have much time to get deep into long slides, what we have developed is this very snapshot reporting that we call emotional. So whatever ad you were running with us, first you see quickly, okay, that's how strongly it's scored, that's how it's placed against the other ads. So you can see that this one here was pretty strong. It was like better than 91% of everything else that we've tested. And you can also see the sub scores of how this overall emotional score is built up in terms of how attractive it was in the very beginning in hooking the attention of people to watch it through. Then you get a reading of how well it retained retention. We also score it in terms of the overall emotional engagement. It doesn't matter what emotion it was. If it's moved people, then we give it a higher score. And finally, the impact of how strongly the piece ended is also very important. And then we put those measures also against sort of norms, so you can quickly see against all the other relevant ads. So we were testing the Doritos ads here. So what you see here are all the other American food ads here that you can see that how well they compare to each other. So it's a very nice sort of one-page report. But if you have further questions, we have another layer where people see all the studies that they've been running, and they can come here and go and explore all the ads further. I mean, here again you see all these emotions that I showed before, the 6 basic ones that you can explore further. And then we also report on overall engagement and balance measures. And you can compare against how different genders were kind of reacting to that. You can also compare to different ads that you had in any particular test to see which ones were resonating better. And also, as you see, it's a very sort of rich timeline data, so you can really zoom in and see. It's like, okay, where were the high peaks, how high they were compared to each other. And as you see, you can in great detail see, it's like, okay, which jokes actually resonated, how strong. And it works with other emotions as well. So that's the tool that we built.